come round again. Sorry it's been so long since the last video. After the dizzying heights of the Laguiole and the Kosoando, the next knife I want to look at is, in this incarnation anyway, a budget knife. It's a traditional Japanese pattern. It's the Higonokami. So here we have the Higonokami. Now, as some of you I'm sure will realise, being the one in the blue box, it's not officially a Higonokami. I believe the guy who makes these is no longer a member of the trade guild, and therefore is not allowed to officially use the name, but everybody calls him Higonokami. The chap is Miyamoto Seisakusho. Oh, beg your pardon. Seisakusho. So we have a folded brass body handle and a 3-layer steel blade, but a hard carbon steel centre with softer steel on the sides. Friction folder, as you can see, and it's just held together with a simple rivet. The blade, cutting edge 70mm, 2 3/4 inches. The overall length open is 175, that's 6 3/4 inches, and closed it's 110mm, which is 4 1/4. It weighs 75 grams, which is 2 2/3 ounces. On the one side we have Japanese characters, and on the other we have an image of Miyamoto Musashi, the Japanese warrior and author who died in 1645. So quite a simple design. When I first got this, it wasn't particularly sharp, and I tried to sharpen it on a medium diamond stone. Ended up flaking the edge quite badly. So I put the stone aside, got the wet and dry paper out, and after a bit of wet and dry paper and the strop, it's fine. So before we do that, I just want to talk about the strop that I used. It's homemade, you might be interested. I've got a piece of wood out the cellar, a leather belt from the charity shop. This is 2 layers of leather. You've got the natural surface, which is the inside of the belt, and it was stitched to, you can just see there, a shiny outer layer. So I've cut the stitching off because it was like raised bumps. I did consider cutting it dead straight, but I thought that might lose too much of the width. And as you can see, it's very heavy with paste at the moment. I've just got some new coarse stropping paste, and I went a bit mad when I applied it. I made this a while ago, and I wasn't particularly impressed. It didn't appear to do anything because I was using the very fine stropping paste. But having recently got this coarse paste, the results are quite improved. So, having gone from the very flaky edge from when I tried to initially sharpen it, you can actually bring it up to a lovely smooth cut. As I say, it's a traditional pattern. I believe these were generally carried as pocket knives up to the early 60s, when a Japanese student attacked a teacher with a sword, killed him, and there was a big tightening up of the knife laws, and so they're not really everyday pocket knives anymore. This is probably the most basic version. The guy who makes these does make a couple of other versions. There's a black handle one, and there's a presentation pair in a wooden box. but this is the basic one and probably the one that most people would be familiar with. One thing you do need to bear in mind, slightly different from most modern friction folders, in that the extended tang doesn't go into the handle. Because normally, with your hand over the tang, keeps the blade open. So what you need to remember to do is just keep your thumb on the little button, because if you just hold it like that, you're not keeping the tang in the handle as you would with most friction folders. So this currently retails about £18, I believe. Lovely little knife, basic but efficient. Obviously there's no detent to hold the blade in or out, and if it gets loose, I do believe you can give a tap on the rivet to tighten the handle up, but it's fine at the moment. So that's my Higonokami and my homemade strop. So I hope you found that interesting. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.